Hello and welcome to Efficient Strategy Gaming. Today I'd like to explain to you guys why I don't use 20 width divisions when I'm playing against the AI. So I've just loaded a game here, January 1st, 1936 as Germany, and here's the template we get straight off the bat. As you can see, it's a combat width of 18, and you have engineering companies and support artillery companies. Also, Germany's fairly powerful in the beginning because they have, with that same template, they have regular experience infantry divisions. So the experience of regular gives you a plus 25% modifier in combat. Experience progress to next level 0%. So over here is a bar that'll show you how much experience, but as you gain experience, it'll go to the next level and you get another 25% modifier. It is for this reason why I don't go 20 width and why I don't touch my templates. It's more about that 25% modifier than it is about getting to 20 width. If I could get to 20 width, would I? Yes, I would, of course. But as you can see, you don't start off the game with any army experience. Yes, you can get army experience if you go certain focus trees like Anschluss and Rhineland. You get plus 5 there. If you go army innovations, you get plus 10 there. Well, I actually use that to make more, that army experience to use to make more specialized divisions. AA divisions that can pierce tanks, things that I need for utility. So what happens if I use that experience that you gain from your focus tree goals? If I put it in here, it would automatically change all these divisions right here, give them more guns and more men, and then I would automatically lose my regular status for these divisions. And you say, well, that doesn't matter. You know, they're going to grind a little bit in the beginning of the battle, and then they'll gain their experience status later. Well, what I see happen is that the beginning parts of the battle, the beginning parts of the wars, like say take the war against Poland here, are the most important because your enemy is pretty entrenched. Like you can sit there and wait for them to shuffle a little bit before you attack, which I would suggest doing 100% because that's the best way to attack. But if you're attacking an entrenched enemy, you're going to lose most of your forces like right away. And I want to attack on day one with that regular experience level instead of, I forget what the level of experience is below it. But I mean, I've seen instances where I've lost in the first 3 days 200,000 men. Of course, I'm dealing with armies of like, you know, say like 10 million at that point. But just to give you an idea, you lose a lot of men when you make that initial push. And you'll lose a lot less men and you'll be way more combat ready if their experience on day one when you press that button to attack is higher. So through playing this game and all my experience with the game, it's better to prioritize this experience level than your division template. And typically on the AI, so when you're playing against the AI, you've got your resources, which Germany doesn't have a lot of, and then you have your total production, you know, how many military factories you have, and you have your production of weapons over here. So it's kind of like an arc that you're trying to get to, and you're trying to curve out. You're trying to get more military factories and more equipment than everyone else. So playing on this arc, you need to do things in a particular manner. So for instance, like when I set up my guns, I set them up in a particular way to where I have the exact number of factories that I want in that amount of guns, because a year later I know that I'm going to get Angelos and I'm going to have, you know, say 8 more factories, and I have a particular plan for where every factory is going to go on a certain timeline. And it just happens to work out that the best method that I've found is using this army experience to create, say, like AA templates that can pierce tanks, that can pierce the French tanks. So when I go over and I want to take the Low Countries in France, I have divisions that can pierce tanks. And so that basically consumes all of my extra army experience, and it seems to be the best way to play this game against the AI. So if you have comments and questions about any of that, please write them down below, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. It's just the way playing against the AI that has worked out for me the best. Of course, if you're going to play a historical build, then I think 20 with divisions would be better, because you can always do things like train and things like that. But if you're going for an OP build, like I typically do, if you watch my videos, definitely don't change your base divisions that you get at the beginning of the game, and don't add in those extra army experience points into your template. If you're going to do a template, duplicate the template and create whatever you're going to create, and then train brand new troops and make sure that they're, you know, depending on what timeline you are, that they have whatever experience level you need them to be at. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this content. Please click subscribe below, and I'll see you on the next one.